Hi, very happy to be back with you guys. Again, it's Rob, and now I'm joined by some of our amazing international student ambassadors. And we're going to have an opportunity to hear what it's like to study at Carleton from a student's perspective. It's always an engaging session, and I think there's a lot of information that my guests are excited to share with you. But before we dig in, I just wanted to direct you to our international chat tool. We have international students at Carleton from over 150 countries. And I think you see that representation reflected today with you guys joining in from really all locations around the world. You can book time to speak with our international student ambassadors through carleton.ca/international or by scanning that QR code to make appointments to maybe connect with somebody from where you're from. So I invite you to do that as well. But without further ado, I will invite our international student ambassadors to introduce themselves. Starting, yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Anna. My home country is Mexico City, and I am doing a double honors major in biology and biotechnology here at Carleton.
Thank you, Anna.
Hi, I'm Akriti and I'm from India and I'm a major in psychology with a minor in business.
Thank you, Akriti.
Hi, I'm Nishtha. I am in my second year of sociology at Carleton, and I'm from Mauritius.
Thank you, Nishtha.
Hello everyone, my name is Ujoma. I'm from Nigeria and I'm in my third year studying economics with a concentration in data science.
Wonderful. Thank you. And
Hello, everyone. My name is Lam. I'm from Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City. I'm doing communication and media studies at Carleton University.
thank you very much, Long, and thank you very much, all of you. So we now have a chance to dig into this topic with some directed questions, and I'm really excited to hear from each of you on all of these questions. The first one I'd like to know, or I think our guests would really value hearing from you, how would you highlight your experience at Carleton so far? What's one thing that really stands out for you as being amazing for you in your own journey? It could be academic, extracurricular. It could even be perhaps based in the city of Ottawa, the location. Maybe we could start with you, Anna.
Yeah, for sure. Well, my personal highlight, honestly, I think is fall orientation. It's the first start of my introduction to Carleton. I learned a lot, whether it was as a freshman soaking up the new life at Carleton, or what I did later as a volunteer, aiding new students. And it's always so high energy and fun to connect with the Carleton community this way. And there's something magical about those first few days where campus is all buzzing, people are moving in, everyone's going to events, and you feel basically like everyone is coming together. And I've met some of my closest friends there. So it's basically not just an event, it's a rite of passage. And more on the academic side, as a science kid, it's the labs where I basically live. I do complain sometimes about the fact that I'm always there, but in all honesty, I love it. And I love the hands-on experience that I get, and there's nothing like seeing your experiments actually work.
I love that. That's really cool. Yeah, same question. How about you, Nishta? How would you say is your top experience so far?
One of my most amazing experience at Carleton was the Carleton Middle Parliament organized last year by the Carleton Political Science Society. It was held in the Senate of Canada, and it was amazing. We had the opportunity to talk to some senators and to run an actual parliament model. We acted as ministers and debated for 3 days straight within the Senate. It was amazing.
Wow, that sounds really cool. That's one of the nice things about Ottawa. I think you get these experiences because all of that is based here in the capital city. So a lot of direct engagement. I love that. I'd love to hear about this from your perspective, Long. What would you describe as one of your top experiences?
Because my major is communication and media studies, so I I'm really prioritize like networking, communication to other people. So my highlight of Carleton University, I would like to say is about uh the event of the club around the extra like we can do a lot of things beside of academic. Carleton University like opened for me a lot of opportunities to meet a lot of other people uh through my favorite hobby. I can meet uh more friends that has the same hobby like me. So I would like to say uh club events is my highlight of Carleton University.
I love that. With more than 300 student societies, amazing athletics, there's a lot you can do really based on what you find interesting, whether it's, getting involved in, I don't know, the campus radio station, or maybe learning to ski here in a city that has a winter. There's definitely a lot you can do. And it is a really great way to make friends too. I'll ask Akriti the same question. What would you say is your top highlight so far?
So far, one of my favorite highlights I probably would suggest is kind of similar to what people say. It's like getting to do what you love. And that kind of is what I experienced being here. It's like be in clubs or whatever, even your education. Like you have so many ways to just get involved and like do things you really want to do and like get into it and like meet so many people through that.
That's great advice. I think the more you put yourself out there and try new things, the more opportunity you have to learn about who you are and to connect with different people as well. It's great advice. Ujunwa, what would you say would be your top experience?
My top experience is probably the fact that Carleton is a very supportive environment. And whenever you have issues in classes, like the professors are always helpful. Like you have every right to like go meet up with the professor or send them an email and they can be able to help you out. So it's up to you to always like be open to ask questions regardless. And the fact that like I stay on campus, so like the campus life is quite vibrant because you get to meet different people from different countries, get to know about them, and plus the cafeteria has different food. So like going to the cafeteria to eat different like country food aside from my own country food is a different experience for me, and I'll definitely recommend.
That's nice to hear as well. I think having a vibrant campus community that has a lot to offer is one of the nice things about Carleton. And I think you hit on something interesting too. I think both the city of Ottawa and the university itself are large and yet feel like a small place. So Ottawa is a big city with a small town feel, and I think Carleton has that too. So it's easy to connect with the community as a whole. Moving on to, I guess, the sort of like decision to come to Canada and Carleton. I'd love to get a little bit more insight from each of you about what attracted you to choosing a university in Canada, first of all, and or Carleton in particular, whichever one feels more relevant to you. I'd love to hear about that from maybe you, Anna, first, if you could talk to that.
Yeah, well, kind of connecting to what you said, I think Mexico's a really busy city with a lot of people and just a lot of buzzing energy. And I really enjoy that here in Ottawa. You can just in general go to downtown and get that like buzzing city experience, but at the same time, just take a bus or walk a few steps and be able to get away from all of that and study by the canal near, I don't know, the trees and the quiet. And also, Canada in general is known for being welcoming, and Carleton is definitely no exception to that. And I heard that, the student life was really a great experience from past students, and the professors and staff are super approachable. So I was really drawn to that because I wanted to feel kind of welcome, making such a drastic change from Mexico to Canada.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate that. How about you, Akriti? What would you say to that question?
For me personally, choosing Canada was because, like Anna mentioned, it's like a really welcoming country. It's really diverse, which was one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to come here. And my field specifically is really kind of important in this country. And there was no other place that I did want to choose except coming here if I wanted to pursue something in mental health. And the other thing of even choosing this country was like, it feels small, but at the same time, it's like it's big. It's like a weird feeling. Like you live in Ottawa and you get to know, like how Anna mentioned, it's like you go somewhere. Like I get the experience of both. Where I live, it's very calm, and I like the experience from where I'm from, which is like constant noise and people rushing. And to now, I can just like easily just walk to my bus stop and like be there.
I love that. That's really cool. I think if you guys that are listening and do a campus tour, you'll really see that for yourself as well. So we have this really vibrant campus that's got all the stuff you need, but at the same time, it's really green and park-like. We're bordered by the Rideau Canal and the Rideau River, so you've got this really gentle, peaceful nature vibe. And at the same time, you're in the city center, so you really get that duality. Nista, what would you say to that question?
Carleton in particular has been my choice for the amount of opportunities and organization, the amount of clubs and societies, the amount of ways to get involved, and as well as the useful career services we have, which has really drawn me to Carleton.
Nice. I love it. We learned a bit more about that during that co-op and career services section. Long, what about you? What made you choose Canada and or Carleton?
Well, I have to be honest that with my background, come from a big city in Vietnam, and also I have family in the U.S. in San Francisco. To me, Ottawa is like a step away from the hustle and bustle. Like I can connect more to the natural. Like I can go to the park or go even. I mean, like it's still convenient. I can still go to downtown, but I agree with Anna that we can still like connect with the nature. Like we can go biking, and also it's more safety compared to the big city. And also I choosing like Carleton because Carleton reputation is uh about journalism program and my major, so I would go for the academic in here with my major.
That's great. Strength of program is a key deciding point, I would say, for sure. Happy to hear that. Eugenio, what would you say would be your thing that brought you to Canada or to Carleton in particular?
100% support for everyone is saying. The fact that Canada is welcoming and diverse. And Carleton was one of the schools that I actually picked because of while applying, I was looking for a program that would support me in co-op and would help me have like hands-on experience. And my program do like, help student out with that. And I'm glad like I actually chose Carleton because I know that like not all schools here like do like teach students about like data science and data analysis. And like I'm kind of glad like right now I'm while in my third year I get to learn like how to like extract data from like websites like Statistics Canada, CMEC, and so many more. And yeah, I believe that like moving forward, like it's really really helpful coming to Carleton and like getting to know all this because it's helping me professionally when I want to apply for a job outside campus. But like, yeah, that's it.
I love it. That's really interesting to hear as well. All of those different pieces. We just got a question from the audience and I liked it. So I'm going to put it to you guys as well. How would you describe life in the city? So when you consider the campus environment, maybe you could speak to a little bit what it's like to stay and live on campus and the experience of being on campus. And also what's it like in the city of Ottawa as a whole, just in terms of like getting out into the city and enjoying what Ottawa has to offer. So maybe we can start with you, Anna.
Yeah, well, on campus, it depends, I guess, on the season because there can be a lot of events or stuff happening if students organize it. But in general, it's very calm because we are a little bit further away from the very center of downtown. So we can get that calm from, I don't know, the Rideau River or the canal, as well as the parks that surround it, basically. But it's also really easy to either bike or bus, and just go downtown and experience the actual nightlife. There's clubs, there's a lot of restaurants, a lot of museums, and there's always events happening in Ottawa as well. There's festivals for different cultures or music events such as concerts like the City Folk or Ottawa Blues Fest and stuff, if you're into that. Um, so there's always something happening, and it's really fun to, I don't know, experience new things either on campus or on just downtown.
I love it. Ottawa's a great music city. There's always a festival or a show playing that you can go see. I love live music myself, and I think Ottawa's really good for that. Akriti, what would you say for yourself?
Personally, I kind of love this place a lot. It's like you find everything from like you want to find chaos, you can find that totally. And if you want to find peace, you definitely can find that. There's so many trails, there's so many hikes, there's so many beautiful spots. Like we have like the Gavin Park in fall. And like if you want to find chaos, there's like everything. There's downtown, there's like constant events. Even in winter, I feel like we have so much going on. We'll have like igloo fest and stuff like that just to like put people out there, even in the cold. And it's like, it's really fun. You get to experience both in like the summer and winter. It's like people are constantly doing stuff. And it's like exciting. If you want calm, you can find that. If you want fun or excitement, that's also there like all around the year for me.
That's a great answer. I think there's, yeah, depending on what you're looking for, you can find it if you search. So that's great. Nishta, what would you say for yourself?
I think even on campus, we have this mix where it depends on the building where you are or the spots on campus where you are. They're very different. There's the athletic part, which is a lot of hustle, and there's more quiet parts to it. Like res comps is always pretty quiet, and depending on the time of the day, or if you're looking for more quiet place, there's other buildings on the other side of campus or the river, which is a good steady spot as well. So yeah, so it's a good mix. You can look for chaos if you want to and quiet if you want to.
Nice. What about you, Long? How would you describe life in Ottawa and or the campus itself? If it's an active campus, or what do you enjoy about it?
Well, talking because I haven't stay on campus, so I would like to talking about the experience living on Ottawa. I think it depends that we can choose like many options from Ottawa brings to us. We can try to do natural activities like hiking, biking, but we can also like go to downtown. I really value the safety of Ottawa brings to us, because it's the capital city, so I feel safe in here. And also because the location of Ottawa is really near to get to know like two buses, so I can still learn a new language is French. So I think it's worth to try in Ottawa.
Nice. That's an interesting point too. People, if you've not been here yet, we're right. Ottawa is situated on the Ottawa River, right on the border with Quebec, and just across the river in Quebec, there's a beautiful park, Gatineau Park, that has beaches in the summer, hiking trails that you can use throughout the year, and some phenomenal Nordic and downhill skiing as well. So this is something I encourage you to do if you come, just to try it and see. Ujunwa, what would you say? I know you've got the living on campus experience and Ottawa as a whole. What stands out for you?
Well, I love both of them, like living here and on campus and here in Ottawa as well. Because I'd say if you're a kind of person that likes like a very quiet life and a busy life at the same time, I feel like Ottawa like combine has the both of them. It can be quiet when it needs to be quiet, and then it can be loud when it wants to be loud. But like living on campus is really good because you get to meet different people. Every week you have like different activities going on, and each floor has like different activities going on for each. Like currently right now it's exam season, so everyone on the floor is going to be on the lounge today studying, and then there'll be treats available to everybody. So yeah, I think like staying on campus is quite good for me because it's closer to classes and I don't need to stress myself during the winter because the winter is really, really cold. But like, yeah, but Ottawa in general is like very good because during the summertime, there are lots of activities during the summertime. It's close to like Quebec, which is another province. And yeah, like if you love traveling, it's close to Toronto, it's close to Montreal and other cities around too. So yeah, like it's easy to access at any time of the day, you know. But yeah, it's good.
I love that. A follow-up question for you then. So as somebody who got to live on campus and is in residence, like how would you talk about like this community, making friends, connecting with other students?
So making friends, I'd say like if you're the kind of person that is like introverted, right? You have to try to be extroverted, you know, because like people won't talk to you except you talk to them. And if I'd say personal advice is that you should try to like go out and get engaged in like community like events because those events can be able to help you meet people in your programs and meet people off like your programs too. And to be very honest, if you think you're going to come to university without talking to anybody, that's not the best advice, you know. Like you definitely need to meet people and like get to know like different experiences from different people because you never know help can come from anywhere, you know. And I'd say like staying on campus is 100% like the best choice for me because like I get to like meet my friends and we're all taking the same courses, so I don't need to take the bus now to like meet anybody, you know. So like everyone is closer to me and I have access to the tunnel so I can go visit anyone I want to meet. And the floor too, like there's usually like floor reps, so like the floor reps are easily accessible if you need help or like you need like resources, like they can be able to help you out as well.
I love that. That's great advice. Put yourself out there, guys. The more you do, the more you're going to encounter other people and build your network and make friends with people from all over the world and across Canada. So that's great. And speaking of colder days, we do have that tunnel network, which is quite a unique attribute to Carleton. So if you don't want to go outside, you don't have to. We just got a great question from one of our guests, and I think it's one that I'd love to hear from you guys about. And that question is, what do you think makes Carleton different from other universities in Canada? So what's one thing that you think makes Carleton a unique study opportunity? Anna, if you could start us off with that one.
I personally think the ambiance is something that is really huge. It's a perfect mix of like calm and vibrant at the same time. And as I've said before, I think the student life and like community sense that you feel at Carleton is really big and very strong, which is something that like I think really benefits international students because you know you're away from home, you might be a little scared, but in between people being very welcoming as well as the professors and also having so many resources provided by Carleton as well. In mental health, they're like aiding the transition for the international students. I think it's really great and just in general really like welcoming.
Thank you. What about you, Akriti? What would you say?
For me personally, like it would probably be like getting your hands-on professional experiences. And the campus was a big part for me as well to play, to choose why I wanted Carleton, like the location of it specifically, because I've been to other campuses too while living here, and my personal preference is to have something which is away from the city in a place where it's more quiet so I can kind of differentiate like my regular life and my academic life and getting all the professional experience that I do get compared to when I did try to do my research. And yeah, those are the couple reasons why I would kind of differentiate it.
That's great. Thank you. Nishta, what would you say? What makes Carleton distinct from others?
I guess for me, it's the unmatched diversity that Carleton campus has. We are international students from different pathways, from different countries, from different cultures, and we have societies and clubs that match all of our cultures differently. And Sometimes we have like 2 free societies that represent us and create activities and culture around us, and we get to discover other people's cultures, food, like we said at the CAF, and yes, and activities and festivals, traditions of others as well. So yes, we are a very vibrant multicultural campus and society.
Sorry, trouble with my mute there. I love that. There's great food in Ottawa. You can always find it if you're looking for something from home or something new to try. Ottawa's got a lot. Long, what would you say? What's your answer to that question?
Well, I think Carleton stand out with other university. I think it's because it's well known for the program I'm studying right now, journalism and communication. And besides the academic reasons, I think I like our campus because it's different from other university that the building may be like mixed with downtown, so you don't get the vibe of really student life university. But it's different because like when you enter to Carleton campus, you feel like it's all in the campus. And we also have like a tunnel, so even with the weather is not good, like rain or snow, we can still like go around on the campus without go have to like go on the street. So I think it's a plus for Carleton University.
That's a great answer. And it's true, the campus tunnels are really something that people find to be quite unique for what we have to offer. And I think our last answer will be with you, Ujuma. What would you say would be something about Carleton that makes it distinct from its peers here in Canada? What would you say to that?
Well, I love the fact that like the community here is quite diverse. Like it's open to every person from every color and every race, and there are like clubs for every person. So in case you're wondering, and also I like the fact that like it's closer to like a lot of locations, like downtown, the Radio Canal, and now that it's winter season, so like it's pretty much the video canal is open for skating. So yeah, I like the fact that like it's closer to like some places that is accessible to me. And for my program, I like the fact that it's unlike other places I did research on, like my program is quite practical and theoretical at the same time. So it's a mixture of both, depending on what you're studying in. But like for me personally, it's something where like I've been able to like gain experience professionally from my professors, and they have been able to help me in like the biggest way possible, which I'm grateful for. But yeah.
Thank you very much for that answer. And thank you very much, all of you, for taking time to give us your insights on what it's like to live and study at Carleton. I think it's really interesting to explore this from a student perspective. I invite our audience to continue to engage with our international student ambassadors. You can do that by booking a session through carleton.ca/international, and you can ask very specific questions. At this stage, though, we're going to close this session and we're going to all head to the student lounge where you can actually engage with different topics and members of the international admissions team, engineering, and others. So join us there, and we look forward to seeing you there shortly.